Assalamu alaikum. This is Mubaraka, and as promised, Mondays 10 a.m. I am here, Facebook Live. So today I am in the United States, and today, well, I live in the United States. I'm not just here for today. And we are having our first day of fasting. And I would like to wish everybody Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak from Mubaraka. And so I want to talk about a couple of, so when you send me messages and questions inside of the messenger, or you add them on, ask them on the wall, it gives me a little bit of something to talk about. I'm outside in my yard. It is a beautiful day. I mean, it's like really nice. It's like 85 degrees. It's really nice out. So one of the things that I was asked on in a message, and I believe I responded to, was a couple of the questions about Ramadan that I answered last week. So if you have not watched the Ramadan, what do you call it? Facebook Live from last week, make sure you go back, because the questions about exercise, whether or not you should do HIIT training while you're fasting, is inside of that lecture. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go back, and I'm going to try to edit it and kind of like put the number so you can fast forward to it. What question, like the time stamp, I should say, so you can fast forward to what question that you want to know. Well, thank you. My background looks good. This is my yard. I don't know if my garage looks so good. We're in the process of working on that. I'm gonna turn it into a fitness studio right here in my yard, because that will actually make it quite convenient to train people. And this is my neighbor's yard over there with her nice greenery. My yard is that way. Yeah, I gotta work on it a little bit. So I'm doing that. So one of the things that I wanted to, a couple of people mentioned and also sent me a message, is they couldn't find the casein protein, and so they got whey protein to use for their sahur meal. Whey protein is good, but casein protein is the best. It is not a substitution. There is no vegetarian protein or even any other animal protein that can substitute for what we're using casein for. So we're not talking about the amino acid profile. We can get a full amino acid profile from lots of different things: fish and beef and chicken and whey and pretty much any animal protein. And the way that they've combined, now that they've used nutrition technology, and the way that they've combined vegetarian proteins. However, casein protein, we're not just taking it for the amino acid profile. We're taking it for the way that it is metabolized, how long it stays in your system. It stays in your system for 7 to 12 hours. So that's really important. So I wanted to just point that out, because I've had a couple mentions of that. A couple of times people either posted on the wall, and I had like 2 messages. So I'm aware that people in other areas, so I live in the United States, that may not be able to get it in their local stores, but hey, we have Amazon. Amazon.com, you can get anything from Amazon and have it delivered to you. So I certainly suggest that you go there. So if you have any questions along the way, just go ahead, and I see all of the comments. Ramadan Kareem to everybody. Ramadan to my Asma in Toronto. Assalamu alaikum. And we here in the United States are even an hour, apparently like an hour less than Canada as well, as how long we're fasting. So we're fasting, let's see, Sahur is, it goes out, so Fajr comes in at 3:30 a.m. here. I live on the east coast of the United States. And Maghrib comes in at, I believe, 8:29 today. So that is the length of our fasting day. I am keeping, anytime I think about the length of our day, it is balanced by the length of Iceland, because apparently Iceland is fasting like 21 hours. Like, that's amazing. Like, alhamdulillah, let me tell you, Iman can get you to do so many things because it's absolutely amazing that you have to fast 21 hours. And even though we are like, oh, we have to fast for 18 hours, I guess there's a barakah in that. It's not 21 hours. So, and then also too, it's not as cold as it is in Iceland. We're like 85 degrees. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. If you are 85 degrees versus, I don't know, what is it in Iceland, like 50 now? And that might be hot for it. I don't know. Is Iceland like really, really cold? I'm not sure about that, but okay. Oh, yeah, 21 hours. That is amazing. I personally could not imagine it being that long. So, and so, inshallah, so a couple of things I want to give you, a couple of little suggestions about Ramadan. So one of the things, and it reminded me, I am really happy that this year I have seen several videos from different shuyukh who have talked about the importance of women in particular not spending so much time in the kitchen during Ramadan. Like, this is like unprecedented. Like, we have been wanting this for a long time. Like, bring it to people's attention. So I thought that I would reiterate that fact. Is one of the great things about Ramadan is all of the barakah that you get. And we know that, yes, we get barakah for preparing meals for our family. But the best barakah is in the ibadah that Allah and His Messenger has prescribed for us, which is salah. And we know that it is the month of the Quran, so we should read more Quran. And this is important. So what do you do? What do you do if, you know we want to cook healthful and filling meals for my husband? In the background. You don't want to say salam alaikum? You're going to just walk by and just not say salam to my people? You're not going to say salam to my people?
Salam alaikum. She's obsessed with Facebook, this computer stuff. I don't understand what the problem is, but salam alaikum. It's Ramadan. I'm fast and I have a lot of energy to be on TV. Like that. All right.
You can't just like walk by and not say salam to you, right? You're just going to walk by and not say salam. So one of the things that I was talking about cooking, right? So how do we make sure that our family eat wholesome and healthful meals? Is really think about doing crock-pot meals. Crock-pot meals are a great way of making sure they're really healthy and wholesome, and you also get more time for you to do your ibadah. There is a hadith that specifically talks about the hour before Maghrib and how there is this time before Maghrib, the end of Asr, before Maghrib, where the dua of the believers are accepted, right? That one dua of a believer is accepted during this hour. That is also the hour that we tend to be cooking, right? So we are cooking and we are not focusing on our own dua being accepted and our own ibadah being accepted. So if we can minimize that time and spend some of that time before Maghrib in ibadah, it would be great. Amina, what do you have a Quran tafsir app that you personally recommend? Would have to reflect and understand more about this on Ramadan. So I don't have a particular app that I recommend. I do have a person that I would recommend. So one of the lectures that I have been enjoying, and I actually enjoy every Ramadan, is lectures by Numan Khan. And this Ramadan, alhamdulillah, he is actually doing a very detailed tafsir of the Surah Al-Baqarah. He said he's going to stay on Surah Al-Baqarah all Ramadan, and so inshallah I will be tuning into that. And you can go to, he does it Facebook Live, so you can go to his page and you can watch along. It's in the evening time. Here in the United States, I believe he's going on 10:30 p.m. Central Time, which is like 11:30 in my time in the p.m. So that's one thing that I would recommend And there are a couple of there's a few shuyuk on Facebook who are doing Facebook Live. That's why I love technology. He says I'm obsessed with Facebook. I am obsessed with the fact that on Facebook you can really reach so many people, and people who would not otherwise get that information can get it. Like Numan Khan is like in Texas, which is probably on the plane would be like 5-6 hours for me. Driving would be like 2 days, right? So I would not be able to benefit from his lectures if it wasn't for Facebook. So alhamdulillah. The Assalamu alaikum, Mirve from Turkey, right? I hope I pronounced your name right. I love the fact that we could also connect with each other internationally. So, alhamdulillah. So I wanted to just to give that reminder that really, let's really try to focus on our own ibadah. You know, as women, we tend to always put our families first. So it's really important for us, though, that we realize that, yes, we get barakah for all of these things, but it's really, there is really a hierarchy of what is the best ibadah to do, right? So there's one hadith where a companion, he asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, what is the thing that Allah loves most? And he said, prayer in its allotted time, right? So prayer in its allotted time is actually the most favorite ibadah of Allah. So inshallah we can all strive to do that. So that is what we have this week, and I think that was the main question and the main thing that I wanted to talk about. I hope your Ramadan goes well. Inshallah, I hope that all of your dua is accepted and that Allah makes it easy, particularly for my Muslims in Iceland. 21 hours, subhanallah, like I can't even imagine. So inshallah, may Allah make it easy. And that is actually one of the beautiful things about Ramadan, is that, you know, when we think about it on a practical level, on like a really practical, I'm fasting for this long, then we think, oh my goodness, how can I be fasting for this long? But when you think about it on a spiritual level, that this is the additional barakah that Allah has given you, then it actually becomes quite easy. So inshallah, that is what we have for today. So I'm going to just leave you with a couple of reminders, since this is the Fit Muslimah page, right? I want to leave you with a couple of nutrition and exercise reminders, and that would be one, that you be sure that you have protein in the morning, right? Sahur, the most important part is protein. I don't tell people don't have this or don't have that, but make sure you include protein in your sahur, right? The second thing is make sure you're drinking those small amounts of water throughout the evening. We talked about 10 ounces of water every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes or so. You can look back on the Ramadan discussion. That's what it was. Facebook Live last week. And also make sure that for the daytime, when you're fasting, if you exercise in the day, keep it to low intensity cardio. And low intensity is whatever is low intensity for you. Keep your resistance training, if you're doing HIIT training or a boot camp type class or circuit training, keep that to the latter part of the day where you can eat within an hour, or do it in the evening time. For us women, take advantage of the time that you do not have to fast, like go all in if you have the ability to. I am looking at a couple comments. The spelling of the protein is Casein, I believe. If you look below this video on the page, when we are done, I actually took a picture of the protein that I purchased yesterday. So you're going to want to get casein protein is what it's called. And so is Casein. So that is, and that name brand is just the name brand that I use. I've tried different types of protein name brands, and I just tend to like that one for its taste, right? Because one of the things about any type of protein, you are welcome, Miss Chi Cunningham. You're welcome. One of the things that you want to just be aware of with casein protein or any type of whey and casein, what I found is the biggest difference is the taste. If you get the really cheap ones, then it's going to have like an aftertaste that isn't always pleasant. But this particular one, this particular name brand, it actually tastes really good. It tastes kind of like a milkshake, and you can get it in different flavors. You can get it in vanilla and chocolate and different types. And what I'll do is I will try to show a couple of different ways on the Facebook. Show a couple of different ways about how you can make protein shakes. You can actually add it to your oatmeal if you like the taste. You can do a couple of different things with it. Foods high in water, make sure that you're paying attention to that. So you want to have things like watermelon and pears and berries. All of those things are really good if you can get your hands on that. You want to have foods that is going to stick with you throughout the day, and be sure that you don't make your that you don't kind of like make your sahur carb heavy. So carb heavy means like you're having a lot of pancakes. I'm not saying don't have a pancake or don't eat grits or anything that's really high in carbs, but really focus on having more protein than you do carbohydrates, and inshallah that will give you a little bit more longevity when it comes to your energy throughout your day. So, Assalamu alaikum, Hawa from Nigeria. I've got Nigeria, I think I've seen Turkey, I've seen Pakistan, I've seen the Netherlands, right? Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak. Oh, wow. Umrida, you're from the Maldives? Oh, I want to visit there so much. Alhamdulillah. Beautiful, beautiful country, at least from the pictures. That's on our bucket list, right, to go there. It's also on our bucket list to come to Nigeria. I've been trying to get my husband to nail down a date. Avoiding carbs can make you hungry, not necessarily make you hungry, but they don't give you longevity. So it gives you a spike in your insulin level, and then it gives you a crash, and then you have no energy. That's why we talked about having more protein. And we have Belgium, Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem. Oh, down under Australia, mashallah. I'm so happy that we can connect, and the Facebook makes us, look at me, the Facebook, right? Facebook makes us such a community. We can connect with one another and be closer to one another. Oh, right from New York, Basira from New York, alhamdulillah. She's a stone throw away from me. It takes me like 45 minutes to get there, so alhamdulillah. So inshallah, I hope that you again, enjoy your day, enjoy your Ramadan. If you have any additional questions, be sure that you ask them on the video comment section. And I'm here every Monday, inshallah. My intentions is to continue this and to be consistency, because Allah loves consistency, even if it be small. So I am planning my schedule around Mondays, 10 a.m. to come on here and talk to you about any questions that you might have about any health and nutrition. Maybe we'll do some exercises sometimes after Ramadan though, because we don't want to get too excited, right? So inshallah. Oh, from Vienna, Austria, alhamdulillah, Algeria. I'm just, look at me, I keep on saying I'm gonna log off, but I'm just like excited that I have so many people here connecting with us. So alhamdulillah. So in the future, make sure you just ask as many questions as you like before. That would actually be really helpful. You can ask during the live cast, but asking before will help me kind of like gear, and if I have to do any research, I can make sure that I get it done. Is 30 minutes enough? So 30 minutes is enough if that is what you need in order to get your heart rate up. So it really depends on where your fitness level is before Ramadan. If before Ramadan you were doing 10 minutes and that was all you could do, then 30 minutes is not enough. But 30 minutes is certainly enough to get a good structured workout in. So certainly you can go for 30 minutes. Me personally, my goal during Ramadan is kind of like keep it to about 30 minutes so I can make sure that I'm able to get through my days without losing energy by the end of the day. And when I say losing energy, we know we're gonna come down a little bit of energy, but I don't want to be like on the couch, not being able to move because when it's right before Maghrib, because I'm just so exhausted. So that's the goal, inshallah. But we did it last year, we did it the year before. I think 2 years ago was literally the longest days in the entire year, and we got through it. So alhamdulillah, inshallah, we'll get through this too. All right, so I am going to log off now, and inshallah I will talk to you next week, and we will continue this conversation, and I hope to see you. So next Monday, it is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time. Spread the word, share the videos, share the Facebook Live posts, and inshallah I will talk to you soon. Shida, scroll down and look at the protein that I posted, and also look for the video from last week that we did and we talked about Ramadan nutrition. All right, assalamu alaikum.